What's up, YouTube? Now you see the title of this video and you see the image that I have on the screen here. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was not planning on making this video today. I was not. But because of the recent events that have transpired and what I've seen today, I was like, I gotta make this video. And what I'm gonna go over in this video, I did plan on making a topic later down the line similar to this, or at least going over something similar down the line on what I'm gonna get into in this video. But like I said, because of what I saw today, I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about this in this video, and I probably will still make another video for sure. But you see the title, you see who the people I've added. The reason I have Sergeant Willie P added is because he made a video recently talking about Chrissie. So I find it very funny that she showed up in my feed on this video I saw that I'm gonna talk about. And he was talking about, corrective promotion and all that Chrissie was going into. And a lot of the black men in the comment section of that video were like, oh, why are you bringing up Chrissie, this and this and that? And they were giving their reasons. And I'm going to go over why they said that in this video. And it goes into the video Chrissie made that I'm about to talk about. So I have Chrissie added, right? And the reason I have her added is because I was scrolling through YouTube and she just popped up in my feed. I was like, oh, this is a coincidence considering Sergeant Willie P was recently talking about her in one of his videos. And I find it funny how the video that she went over is something that actually goes in line with some of the complaints with black men in the comment section of one of Sergeant Willie P's videos that he made. And the video she made was about Travis Kelce and the Kayla Nicole stuff and Taylor Swift, right? And I guess they're trying to push this narrative that, if you haven't heard, Taylor Swift came out with a new album. You got all the Swifties, they're happy, right? Cool. In her album, you have these black women that, were, the same black women who were crashing out that Travis Kelce left Kayla Nicole because, they got to live vicariously through an IR relationship. They are trying to push this narrative that in Taylor Swift's most recent album, and if you hear my fan in the background, I know you could probably hear it. It is what it is. I know my mic's picking it up, but anyway, they're trying to push this narrative that Taylor Swift was throwing shade at Kayla Nicole in some of the songs in her album, I guess, and she was basically, according to them, prohibiting, jealous vibes in some of her music. They're looking deep into like the Stones she was mentioning in some of her songs, and they're saying, oh, this represents Kayla Nicole, and it's really some schizo shit, man. If you would dare to go watch the video to lose brain cells, I don't want to put y'all through that, but if you want to go listen to Chrissie's full video, then go ahead, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's this schizo interpretation a lot of these women are making about the stuff, because they just can't get over the fact that Travis Kelce left Kayla Nicole. And I'm gonna get into all of this, what this is really all about in a minute. But they have this schizo interpretation, and that's what they're doing. They're trying to make it seem like Taylor Swift is throwing shade at Kayla Nicole, and that Taylor Swift is throwing this light jab. And they're basically trying to imply that, yeah, she's jealous because Travis Kelce, his real first choice is the black woman. And you got to understand that he really want to be with a black woman, but he with Taylor Swift because it's more socially acceptable for him to be with the white woman. And all of this dumb shit, bruh. All of this, just this cope that they're doing. And it's amazing to see, bruh, because it goes into what a lot of the black men were talking about when it came to Sergeant Willie P's video. And that's that you got to understand the reason they're doing this, the reason that they're trying to hyperfixate and try to make these connections where there are none and looking deep into something where there's nothing there, not even really any really logical connection, is because these women, here's the thing with the Charles Willie P thing and what the black men were saying is comment section, is that these women, what their real issue is that they seek the approval of Brad, of white men. And that is why they constantly, Chrissie and those of her ilk, talk about this corrective promotion. What they're really complaining about is that they're not being promoted by white men who control the media. And they have an issue with the fact that the white woman is the standard of beauty. They're jealous of white women. Now, see, here's the problem here. And this is where I have a problem with Sergeant Willie P's video. And what a lot of other black men had a problem with is that when it really boils down to it, these women, they want to be accepted by white men. These women like Chrissie and a lot of her followers, these divester types, they are on a mission to be accepted by Brad. And they suffer from the self-hate that they have. But they complain about not being promoted. They complain about, the corrective promotion. They complain about colorism. But the real issue is they want white acceptance. And they have this self-hate. They worship whiteness. And the thing is, they worship the white man and want to be accepted by the white man. But here's the thing, and this is where their argument, why, like I said, that it shouldn't be taken serious, is because they worship the white man and want the white acceptance. They complain about the Eurocentric standard of beauty, but they subscribe to it. They agree with it. They worship whiteness. And here's the thing when it comes to the Taylor Swift thing, why this is all connected is because they want to be accepted by the white man and they worship the white man. And at the same time, that also extends to them worshiping the white woman, because the white man and the white woman look the same. They share the same appearance. White men and white women look the same. So the reason that they have this animosity, and you see it with these women, man. You really see it in a lot of the stuff you see these black women say. A lot of the shade they will throw at white women is really about jealousy. They're jealous of the white woman. They're jealous of her beauty. And the complaint can never really be fully, given any credibility, because, like I said, these types of women, they believe, they subscribe to the very Eurocentric standard of beauty they complain about. The only problem that they're having is that they don't like their position in it. And they worship the white man. And like I said, by extension, they also worship the white woman, because the white man and the white woman look the same. They agree with the Eurocentric standard of beauty. The white man and the white woman look the same, so they also worship the white woman as well. But when it comes to the white woman, you have to understand is, of course, that worship of the white woman presents itself in a different way. They present it in a way of, okay, of course, they're females, and like I said, they don't like their position in the Eurocentric standard of beauty, even though they agree with it. But their problem with the white woman is, like I said, they're jealous of the white woman. They're jealous of the white woman's beauty. They want to be the white woman. And this is why they do everything in their power to mimic the white woman. This is why they put on the fake Valley Girl accent that just makes my ears grind. This is why they wear the weave. This is why they wear the colored weave, like the blonde weave. They want to be the white woman. They're jealous of the white woman's beauty, and they worship whiteness. And their problem is that the white man does not accept them. And they're jealous of the white woman because, like I said, she looks like the woman they want to be. They want to be the white woman, right? They believe in the Eurocentric standard of beauty, so they're jealous of the white woman's beauty. They're jealous that she's the standard. But the problem is, like I said, they exalt the white man as the standard. So this is where the problem comes in. They have a problem, quote unquote, with the Eurocentric standard of beauty, but they exalt the white man as the standard, right? They have a problem with the white woman being the first choice, but they see the white man as the first choice. They don't. This is the problem black men were having in Sergeant Willie Pete's comment section. They don't want you niggas because they hate themselves, and by extension, they hate you. And they subscribe to the Eurocentric standard of beauty, and that's why they worship the white man, and that's why they're jealous of the white woman. Because the white woman is not only to them, whether they want to admit it or not, the most beautiful woman on the planet, but also because they want to be her, and she is a vanguard in the way of getting to that white man that they worship. And like I said, at the same time, since they worship that white woman, it manifests itself through their jealousy of her, because they wish they were her. They desire to be her. They're jealous of her image. They're jealous of her visage. They're jealous of her beauty, and they aspire to be her. They aspire to be a Timu white woman, but they will never be her. And this is why they constantly throw shade at white women. Every time you see this, if y'all notice, man, they will all, you see these black women, when they throw shade at white women the way they do and talk down on them, that's because they're jealous of them. They envy them, right? This is why they were talking about Taylor Swift. Oh, she ain't pretty. Taylor Nicole look better. Taylor Swift got a flat behind. Whoop-de-whoop. All that is, they're jealous. They're envious of the white woman. And they want to try to bring down and degrade Taylor Swift, but they look to emulate the white woman. They look to be her, like I said. And they subscribe to that Eurocentric standard of beauty, but their problem is they don't like their position in it. So this video that I saw, man, it goes into, the problem a lot of black men were having in Sergeant Willie Pete's comment section, man. It goes full circle, man. And, with Chrissie and her and people who watch her, their real problem with the corrective promotion is that they seek the approval of the white man, and they are jealous of the white woman because they envy her beauty and the fact that they agree that she is the most beautiful woman on the planet. They agree. See, that's the thing. They complain about the Eurocentric standard of beauty and the white woman being the standard. They agree with the white woman being the standard because, like I said, they worship the white man, and the white man and the white woman look the same. So the white woman being the standard, they agree with it, and they are jealous of that. They're jealous of her beauty. And when it comes to Chrissie making her goofy video, trying to do that schizo interpretation, and you got her and people in her comment section, trying to push the narrative that white women are jealous of them and they are intimidated by them. I got a question for y'all. Why in the world would a white woman be jealous of the black woman? Let's be real, man. Y'all can get mad all y'all want. I know idiots are going to come in this video and they're going to say whatever. They're going to insult, but none of y'all going to refute what I'm saying. No one's going to even answer this question I'm asking. What does a white woman need to be jealous of a black woman for? When y'all worship the very men they give birth to, when y'all aspire to be them, why would they be jealous of y'all? Does that make any logical sense? No. No. This whole white women's is jealous of us is a cope because they're projecting, they're jealous of them. They want it to be that white women jealous of us, they're projecting. No. There's no reason a white woman should be jealous of y'all when y'all worship their visage. Why would a white woman be jealous of y'all? For what reason? If there's any white women that come across this video by chance and you have any ounce of jealousy for a black woman, for any, for whatever reason, throw that shit in the trash. You have no reason to be jealous of a group of women that want to be you. So y'all might as well just stop if you even have but an ounce of jealousy, because there's no reason to be jealous of a group of women that worship you in your visage and worship the men you give birth to. And of course, like I said, by extension, worship you in your visage. So there's no reason that a white woman should be jealous of a black woman. So all that these white women is jealous of us is complete goofiness. They're not jealous of y'all. Why would they be jealous of a group of women that want to be them? Why would they be jealous of a group of women that put on a fake Valley Girl accent to sound like them? Why would they be jealous of a group of women that wear hair to try to look like them? Why would they be jealous of y'all when y'all worship their visage? There's no reason. And it's one of the funniest things I see when I see these women say that. Oh, they jealous of us. No, they're not. They should have no reason to, if any of them are. They should have no reason to. And really, they're not. Because a lot of white women, low key, they know this. What I'm saying, a lot of them, they know. A lot of these white women, you know, there's a lot of dumbass bitches out here of all races. But don't get it twisted. I can tell you for certain that a lot of these white women, they not as dumb as some people may think they are. They know full and well that a lot of these Keishas is envious of them. They see it. You don't think they see these women worshiping Brad and worshiping the Eurocentric Standard Beauty and worshiping them and wanting to be them? They see that. They know y'all jealous of them. They know that. They know y'all self-hating. They have no reason to be jealous of y'all. So y'all need to stop with that narrative, because it's actually laughable when you look at it, how y'all operate. Y'all chasing after their visage, but then claiming they jealous of y'all. Make that make sense. But you know, this is what they do. It's a cope. Like I said, they're coping. And Chrissie and those of her ilk, man, with this corrective promotion, the problem that black men were having with Sergeant Willie Peter's video is that, bruh, this ain't about us. This don't got nothing to do with black men. This corrective promotion, and they want to be promoted. They begging for the white man's approval. And see, here's the funny thing. You had women in Chrissie's comment section, because I went in the comment section because I wanted to see. And you had another thing women were saying in there. You had some women saying, yeah, you know, and even Chrissie tried to, you know, push this like, oh yeah, these other races of men really, what they desire us, you know, they got men that desire us. And you know, you had women in the comment section saying that. And I'm like, okay, if they desire you, then why are you complaining about being promoted if they really just desire y'all like that? And, oh, the only reason, you know, that some of these men don't deal with the black women is because of the social. No. There's no social pressure, because no one's going against the interracial marriage between a white man and a white woman. That's the least attacked marriage. The most under attack marriage is the black man with a white woman. Now, you can make a case for that, but that's a whole nother video. But ain't nobody worried about that. Ain't nobody pressed over it. You had women in the comment section trying to make it seem like you would have a white woman be pressed over a white man choosing a black woman. They ain't pressed over that. Why would they be pressed over, once again, a group of women that's trying to play being a team with white woman? Why would they be pressed over that? And a lot of times when you see you know, these black women who do get with some of these white dudes, a lot of these white women, those are men that white women even didn't want. So this narrative that they jealous of y'all, they're pressed when a black woman get with a white man that they might want, just complete goofiness. Just complete goofiness. And you know, back to what I was saying though. Oh, these other men's desire us. Okay, well then why are you complaining about not being promoted? Why do you run around and complain about not being married? You know, the least married group of women. If they really was chasing y'all like that, wouldn't y'all be more married? You see, the things they say don't line up with the rhetoric that they push, the things they complain about. You know, on one hand, they're complaining about corrective promotion and not being promoted, but on the other hand, these other men desire us. This don't even make sense. And this is why Chrissie's channel has not grown. I swear, the last time I saw her shit, her subscriber count is still the same, my nigga. And that's because this shit don't make sense. The argument don't, when you unpack this shit like I have, it doesn't make any sense. You complaining about not being promoted. Your real complaint is that you want to be promoted by the white man. You complain about colorism, but you agree with colorism. You agree with the Eurocentric Standard of Beauty on the low. They're not gonna be open with it to you black men. And this is the problem black men were having in Sergeant Willie Pete's comment section, is that they're coming to your doorstep, black men, complaining about corrective promotion because they know they can't go to the white man and do that, because they like, no, bro, we don't want y'all. And this is the thing that they dealing with, is they're coping with the fact that Brad does not want them. because, like I said, they they um they seek his approval, but they don't want them, and this is what they're coping with. So they come to your doorstep, black man, talking about corrective promotion and lambasting you. And even when it comes to, I heard a recent video Chrissie made, I guess Shay Sade, they having some beef, and she was talking about, I guess something about, black men. I guess Sergeant Willie Pete went over it a little bit in his video, the black men not building argument. That's a gaslight. Anytime you black men hear that, understand that's a gaslight. Understand that you black men ain't building shit is a gaslight. That's a gaslight for them to try to justify their in a lot of cases, that is a gaslight for them trying to justify their Brad worship. And I know you might be like, what do you mean by that? Them using that, oh, y'all ain't built nothing, is a way to try to justify or gaslight you into when it comes to you not getting submission. When black men complain about cooperation and submission, and they come with that gaslight of, oh, it's because y'all ain't built nothing. That's a gaslight. That's a gaslight. It has nothing to do with you not building nothing. It has everything to do with them, with their self-hate, and the fact that they don't believe that you deserve submission. They don't believe you deserve cooperation because they hate you, because they hate themselves. And that's the real truth. That's the real black pill truth. And that's what they're gaslighting y'all about. So when they come to your doorstep, soliciting you with this corrective promotion and all this dumb shit, that's a gaslight. They really want Brad approval. When they come to your doorstep soliciting you about y'all ain't built nothing, this is why you're not getting cooperation, that's a gaslight. They just don't like you, nigga, because they hate themselves. All they do is gaslight. All they do is push this nonsense. And like I said, man, this is all about, this whole thing with the Taylor Swift, this is all about their jealousy of the white woman. And they're in a position, like I said, where they agree with the Eurocentric standard of beauty, but they don't like their position in it. And they're jealous of the white woman because she is the visage of that they envy. And that's what this is all about. Y'all can disagree all you want for the goofies that are going to disagree, but this is what I have analyzed, and this is what I have unpacked. And you see it when you truly open your eyes and look at how they're moving. When you look at how they when the complaints, this is really what it is. It has nothing to do with you, black man. And the whole you need to build thing, it's like, let's just say hypothetically, you black men went out there and built. Let's say there was a whole state ran by black men and it was a prosperous state. Chrissie and those of her ilk, I guarantee you, I bet everything on it that they would not show up to that state. They would not go there. They would not go there and live in that state, bro. Because the reality is they don't, like I said, they don't like themselves and they don't like you. They're not going to that state, bro. You'll probably have more white women or other non-black women show up to that state before you have Chrissie and her followers show up to that state. They not showing up, bro. And then let's say some white women was showing up and it was prosperous, they would be up there complaining, talking about you black men's and self-hating. That I guarantee you that's what will happen. But they not gonna show up to that state. They're not gonna go. And the building gaslight is just that. It's a way to deny you cooperation, to have a justifiable reason to deny cooperation for those of you that are dealing with the black woman, right? That's how they gaslight you. That's the gaslight, right? But it has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with building. That's a gaslight. And all of this, like I said, when it comes down to it, is they want the approval of Brad. They complain about the Eurocentric standard of beauty because they don't like their position in it and that they're not seen as attractive. But they themselves not only really don't like themselves, they don't like the black man, of course, by extension. And They worship Brad, they worship whiteness, and they're jealous of the white woman because she is the image of what she is envious of. She worships the men that she gives birth to. She worships the white man, so she also worships the white woman because the white man, the white woman look the same, and the white woman is who they envy. They're jealous of her because of her beauty. And that's really what this all comes down to. And they're in a constant state of cope. They're constantly talking about this goofiness with promotion and colorism, but nothing can grow here because, like I said, they agree with this Eurocentric standard of beauty. They just don't like their position in it. And that's really what this is. That's really what this is. Now, am I going to say that all of them are like this? Of course not. There probably are women who legitimately are not self-hating and not Brad worshiping, and they really have valid complaints. But do I think that's the majority? I don't believe so. I don't believe so. And that's just what it is, man. This shit is crazy, man. They're really trying to make it seem like Taylor Swift is jealous of Kayla Nicole. She ain't impressed over her, bro. And I'm gonna keep it a bean. When it comes to the Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, like, marriage, quote unquote marriage, I believe that shit's fake, right? That's a whole nother topic. That shit's, if those of you that really know a lot about Hollywood and the elites and whatnot, they plan these fake arranged marriages a lot of times. It's a deeper meaning to why they do that. That's a whole nother topic. That'll be getting into some more esoteric stuff, but yeah, man, that marriage probably not even real. So why would she be jealous of Travis Kelce being with Kelly Nicole when that whole shit is a arranged marriage? Like, she ain't even really tripping like that, bro. But this is what they want to push, and they trying to look into her music and oh, she's throwing shade at Kelly Nicole. They just can't get over the fact that he left Kelly Nicole, bro. They crashing out, bro. But this is what they do, man. This is what they do. But yeah, man, a lot of you black men, and I'm gonna keep it a bean, Sergeant Willie Pete included. I think y'all really need to realize the things that I've said in this video, and y'all really need to give it some ear, man, because what I'm saying is what I believe is what's going on. You see the worshipfulness of Brad they engage in. You see how they move in the self-hate. You see it. And I mean, hey, man, this is what has happened in this current time of history, man. It's unfortunate. This self-hate, of course, applies to all non-white groups, man. It's just what it is, man. But they are gaslighting y'all, and I think y'all really need to realize that, man. But that's all I gotta say for this video, man. I'm out.